You've been visualizing the same dreams again and again, eyes closed, feelings activated, future self-imagined, yet reality remains unchanged. Maybe you get a fleeting shift, a tiny sign, a brief validation, then you're right back where you started. Same thought patterns, same circumstances. If you're wondering why your visualizations feel powerful but won't materialize, here's the truth. Visualization alone doesn't shape reality. Your energetic frequency does. There's a massive difference between imagining your future and actually radiating that energy, between seeing your desires and embodying the person who naturally lives that reality in the quantum field. Visualization is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. The real secret, the missing link, is your vibrational state. When that vibration doesn't match the reality you're trying to attract, it stays forever out of reach, no matter how vividly you can picture it. You've learned to ask, believe, and receive. But here's what's really happening. The quantum field doesn't respond to requests. It responds to alignment, to energetic truth, to the signal you embody. Not just during meditation, but the frequency you carry in your breathing, your choices, your emotional baseline. The universe isn't listening to your words. It's reading your energy signature. That's the fundamental law. When you understand this, when you grasp how subtle this shift really is, everything changes. Not because you tried harder or thought more positively, but because you stopped chasing. You stopped begging. You stopped believing your ideal life was somewhere else and started treating it as an energetic state you can access right now. This energetic state that unlocks your envisioned reality isn't theoretical or mystical. It's real and vibrational, carrying a specific quality, steady certainty, effortless flow. It doesn't rush or crave or wonder when, it simply knows. When you operate from already having what you desire, the quantum field must respond. It has no other option. So why does this feel so difficult? Why can you visualize something amazing but struggle to maintain "it's already mine"? Because your entire conditioning vibrates at someday frequency. You've learned to postpone, to earn worthiness, to prepare for deserving. Now you're being called to drop that programming and simply become what once seemed impossible. At first it feels strange, like you're lying to yourself, but that's just your nervous system catching up to what your soul already knows. This frequency isn't alien to your essence. It's just new to your physical experience. You're training your body to recognize what your spirit has always known. You're not chasing your destiny. You're remembering your natural connection to it. But how do I hold that frequency when my reality hasn't changed? Here's the secret. You change first. You decide your energy leads, and physical evidence follows. You shift focus from what's missing to what's here, from what you want to who you are. As you practice daily, a new energy takes root, one that doesn't collapse under pressure or fade when life gets hard. It becomes your new baseline. That's when the quantum field starts responding, not because you demanded it, but because you finally matched it. We're going to explore not just manifestation theory, but the exact frequency that creates access to your imagined life, how to shift from scarcity patterns to fulfillment vibration, how to embody as if, without pretending, how to move through life like it's already yours. Not to convince the universe, but because you're finally aligned with universal law. There's a formula, a specific energetic blueprint. Once you learn to tune into it, everything around you starts responding naturally, powerfully, consistently. Ready to remember what it feels like to energetically match the reality you've been holding in your vision? Let's begin. Here's the crucial truth. The quantum field doesn't care about your desires. It mirrors who you're being. It doesn't read your vision boards or count your affirmations. It reflects the frequency you're broadcasting. That frequency doesn't come from your goals. It comes from your identity. Not who you say you are, but who you're being. How you walk into rooms, handle silence, show up when no one's watching. In the quantum realm, reality isn't something you get. It's something you become. What does this mean practically? If you visualize abundance but operate from money fear, your field reads fear. If you imagine love but deflect compliments or avoid intimacy, your field reads resistance. If you picture success but talk like you're stuck, your field accepts that story. The field doesn't judge your dreams. It matches your consistency. This explains manifestation frustration. People do everything right: meditate, journal, script, visualize, yet nothing happens. Why? Their mind and body aren't aligned. They're trying to think their way to manifestation while their body broadcasts fear, unworthiness, or survival mode. Result: mixed signals, and the quantum field reflects that confusion. If this hits home and you're ready to break these patterns, smash that like button and subscribe for more quantum insights that actually create results. Here's where magic happens. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions send the same message, the field must mirror that coherence back. This unified state makes your frequency stable, powerful, magnetic. Reality starts reorganizing. Think about it. Wanting without being creates static. But when your identity matches your desires, your signal becomes crystal clear. The field doesn't respond to wanting. It responds to knowing. How do we embody knowing without external proof? You create the proof internally. You start being the version who already has what you've been visualizing. Stop waiting to feel successful and start carrying yourself, speaking, moving like someone who already is. Not pretending, remembering who you really are beneath the doubt. Neville Goddard called this living from the wish fulfilled. Joe Dispenza calls it rewiring your brain and body. Greg Braden calls it heart-brain coherence. But the principle's the same. Stop trying to become, start being. That's the quantum frequency we're accessing. It's not something you chase. It's something you choose to embody until your nervous system adjusts, until your self-talk stops the sabotaging, until it's so natural you forget what limitation felt like. Yes, it takes courage. Stepping into that version before circumstances reflect it can feel lonely, confusing, even fake at first. That's just your old identity fighting to survive in your energy field. Let it be there, notice it, but don't let it drive. You are the signal now. You're the catalyst. You're the change initiator, not the change waiter. You become the reality. This isn't about faking confidence. It's about finding the frequency of already done and operating from there. It's training your system to feel safe in abundance. When your subconscious feels safe, your energy expands. When your energy expands, the field responds. So if you've been struggling, forcing, looping, stop. You're not here to work harder for your dreams. You're here to realize the version living them isn't far away. They're just on a different frequency, a steadier one, a more embodied one. And that version already knows how to move, speak, choose, and feel complete. Because from their perspective, they are. Let's meet them. Now we reach the concept most misunderstand, where real transformation happens. Embodying as if. These words get misinterpreted, oversimplified, even mocked. Surface level, it sounds like pretending, forcing, wearing a mask and hoping the universe buys it. But embodying as if isn't acting, it's frequency training. When you embody as if it's already yours, you're aligning your physical being with your desired signal before reality gives permission. You're not waiting for evidence, you're becoming the evidence. You're sending the field a clear, consistent message. I'm ready. I've become this. Mirror it back. This isn't easy. Your environment might still show the old you. Your bank account might still show lack. Your relationships might still reflect old patterns. Yet you're asked to operate from the new frequency anyway. Why? Because that's how energy becomes matter. Not through waiting, through being. How do you practice this? Start small. Don't overhaul your whole life. Transform how you move through it, how you describe yourself, how you hold your body, how you respond to good things. Do you receive fully or question if it's real? These tiny choices tell the field what you believe you deserve. If you were living your highest reality, how would you start tomorrow? What would you wear, even alone? How would you breathe, eat, move, speak? This isn't about looks. It's about energetic presence. Would you still shrink in certain spaces? Still apologize for being yourself? Still override your intuition for peace? Or would you choose like someone who deeply trusts themselves? Like someone who doesn't need to get the thing because they've already become the person who has it? When you shift your signal, everything connected starts shifting. That's why it's called quantum transformation. Your choices, however small, create ripples in the field extending far beyond what you see. Instead of asking, when will this manifest? Ask, how would I move today if I knew it already had? This is where your actions stop being reactions and start being magnetic. What resonates most with you about this quantum approach? Drop a comment below and let's explore this together. And if you're ready for the next level of this work, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. When your words, energy, and presence start matching the reality you've been visualizing, you're no longer trying to pull something towards you. You're simply being the version of yourself that's already aligned. But here's what most people miss about this embodiment process. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Your nervous system has been running the same patterns for years, possibly decades. It knows limitation, it's comfortable with struggle, it's used to not enough frequency. So when you start broadcasting a new signal, your body might resist at first. This isn't failure, this is recalibration. Picture tuning a radio. Between stations, you get static. That static doesn't mean the clear station doesn't exist. It means you're in the process of finding it. Your manifestation journey works exactly the same. Those doubt moments, those days when old patterns return, those times you catch yourself slipping into scarcity, this is all part of the tuning process. The secret lies in what I call frequency anchoring. Every time you notice yourself operating from the old frequency, you hit a choice point. Instead of judging yourself or getting frustrated, you simply redirect. Ask yourself, what would the version of me who already has this be thinking right now? How would they feel? what would they do next? Then make that choice, even if it's just for the next 5 minutes. These micro redirections are incredibly powerful. They're training your neural pathways to default to the new frequency. Neuroscience proves our brains constantly rewire based on repeated thoughts and behaviors. Every time you choose the elevated response over the conditioned one, you're literally building new neural networks that support your desired reality. But there's a quantum physics layer that goes deeper. When you consistently choose thoughts and actions aligned with your desired reality, you're not just changing your brain, you're changing your electromagnetic field. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger than your brain's, detectable several feet from your body. When your heart and brain work in harmony, coherence, this field becomes incredibly powerful. Here's what's remarkable. The field starts responding. People treat you differently. New opportunities arise. Synchronicities appear, not because the universe suddenly picked you, but because your signal became strong enough to cut through the static. You stopped broadcasting someday and started transmitting now. This is coherence. This is how manifestation actually works. Not through begging or scripting or trying harder, but by becoming the signal your future self already broadcasts. Of course, your mind will try to interfere. It'll say, "But we don't have that yet." It'll ask, "Aren't you worried you're being delusional?" That's not your truth. That's your past trying to preserve your limitations. Let it talk, then keep moving. Because this isn't about convincing anyone else. It's about training your field to accept what your soul already knows. So today, speak one sentence like it's already done. Make one choice like you're already there. Take one action like it's already yours. The more you act like it's yours, the more the field recognizes you. And when the field recognizes you, reality reorganizes to match your signal. There are phases in your journey where everything seems still. You've done the inner work. You've stabilized your energy. You've stopped chasing. Yet nothing major seems to happen. But internally, something feels different. Your thoughts are quieter. Your nervous system feels safer. You notice subtle shifts in how you respond to life. Then it happens. A number starts appearing, following you everywhere. 3 digits that show up on clocks, receipts, screens. 777. You might notice it and think it's coincidence, but a part of you, the part that's more aware now, knows it's not random. It's a message, a gentle activation, an energetic confirmation. You weren't looking for a sign. That's exactly why it appeared. The field doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to alignment. And 777 only shows up when your field is aligned enough for the quantum realm to communicate back. It's not saying your manifestation is coming. It's confirming you've become an energetic match for what's already been waiting for you. The energetic groundwork you've laid, sometimes consciously, sometimes through simple presence, is now vibrating at manifestation frequency. In spiritual traditions, 7 represents divine wisdom, intuitive knowing, inner mastery. When it appears 3 times, it transcends basic numerology. It becomes an energetic signature of alignment. Not perfection, but harmony. It means your thoughts, actions, and emotions aren't fighting each other anymore. You're not trying to manifest from a body that doesn't feel worthy. You're not visualizing with your mind while your heart broadcasts doubt. You've reached coherence, maybe not perfectly, but consistently enough to shift your timeline. In quantum terms, 777 appears when the wave of possibility is about to collapse. You're still in the field of infinite potential, but your signal is pulling reality toward one specific manifestation, the one you've been tuning into through emotional consistency and inner work. The field has recognized you, not through words, but through frequency. This number isn't a reward, it's a resonance echo. It appears not to give you something, but to reflect what you've already become. Let me share something fascinating about these synchronistic numbers. They're not coincidences. They're evidence of what scientists call morphic resonance. When you reach a certain coherence level, you start resonating with information fields beyond ordinary space and time. When you see 777 repeatedly, you're experiencing what quantum physicists call non-local correlation. Your consciousness has achieved such alignment that you're literally entangled with the quantum information of your desired reality. The number becomes a bridge between where you are and what you're becoming. Here's where it gets even more interesting. 777 often appears at reality convergence points, moments when multiple timelines or possibilities align. Quantum mechanics tells us all possible realities exist simultaneously in the many worlds interpretation. When you see 777, you're approaching a convergence where your consciousness is about to collapse into the timeline matching your sustained frequency. This is why the period right after these synchronicities is crucial. Many people see the signs and unconsciously relax. They think 777 means they can stop the inner work. But actually, it's an invitation to deepen your focus. You're at the threshold. The wave is about to collapse. This is when maintaining your frequency matters most. There's a quantum physics phenomenon called quantum tunneling, where particles pass through barriers that classical physics says are impossible to overcome. When you're seeing 777, you're experiencing consciousness tunneling. Your awareness is moving through the barrier between current and desired reality. The key is maintaining your vibrational state during this tunneling. During this phase, you might notice apparent resistance from your environment. Old patterns might intensify before dissolving. Unexpected challenges might appear. This isn't the universe testing you. It's the old reality structure reorganizing to accommodate your new frequency. Like renovating a house while living in it, temporary chaos, serving transformation. Here's where most people miss the point. They see 777 as permission to relax, to step back, to think it's handled now. But this moment isn't about withdrawing. It's about anchoring deeper. It's a portal. Your job isn't to celebrate early or return to passivity. Your job is to maintain the signal. Stay in flow. Let the field keep synchronizing with you without interruption. You've heard manifestations happen suddenly, but nothing in the quantum realm is instant. What seems immediate in physical reality was built gradually in the unseen. 777 marks the tipping point, the delicate balance between desire and knowing, the space where reality isn't coming towards you anymore. It's crystallizing around you. 777 is more than alignment confirmation. It's an invitation to deepen presence, to stop searching and start being, to notice how your body feels right now and ask, is this how the version living that reality would feel? Would they rush? Would they doubt? Or would they trust the structure building beneath the surface? Because that's what this is, a structural shift. You're not manifesting an outcome. You're rewiring who you are at the core, how you think, feel, move, speak, choose. The field responds to that identity. The number isn't predicting what's coming. It's confirming what's here. If you feel this, not just intellectually, but energetically, if something in you recognizes this message as perfectly timed, as true, as real, then breathe. Let your system integrate this. Let your nervous system feel safe in this confirmation. Let your heart open to understanding that you're not becoming aligned. You already are. The shift isn't coming, it's settling. What you visualized isn't a distant dream. It's a frequency you finally accessed. If you want to make this resonance real, not just for yourself, but for everyone watching this, drop 777 in the comments below. Not because it's magic, but because it's a declaration, a simple way of saying, I feel it, I remember, I'm aligned. Maybe no one told you this, but manifestation isn't about getting what you want. It's about remembering who you really are. Every frequency you're trying to reach, abundance, peace, purpose, love, already exists within that remembering. It's not outside you, waiting to be earned. It's inside you, waiting to be activated. The truth is, you've felt it before. You've had moments, glimpses of alignment, times when everything stopped and you felt completely at peace for no reason. Moments when your heart opened naturally, when perfect words came through, when you made a choice that felt like it came from somewhere deeper. Those weren't accidents. They were previews of the self you're becoming and the life that version naturally creates. Quantum manifestation isn't about forcing those moments to happen more. It's about expanding your capacity to stay in them, to make those states your default, to become someone who doesn't need to visualize because you're already living what you once only imagined. This shift won't happen overnight, but you'll recognize it in subtle ways life starts responding. A conversation that flows effortlessly, inner calm during outer chaos, a decision made without overthinking. These are signs your signal is stabilizing, that you're no longer reaching for the field. You're merged with it, broadcasting a frequency that no longer negotiates with your past. This matters because the old identity will still speak up. It'll say, you're not ready. Who do you think you are? You need proof first. It'll try to pull you back to your history. Each time you notice it, you'll choose. Do I replay the old story or hold the new one for just one more moment? Understanding identity transformation mechanics is crucial here. Your identity isn't just thoughts about yourself. It's an energetic blueprint affecting every cell in your body. When you've operated from limitation for years, your entire biological system organized around that frequency. Your nervous system, hormones, immune system. They're all calibrated to support the old you. So when you start embodying a new identity, your body might resist. You might experience what psychologists call upper limit problems, where success feels uncomfortable because it doesn't match your historical set point. This is actually great. It means you're stretching beyond comfort and creating new neural pathways. Here's the key. Don't wait for your body to feel comfortable with the new identity. If you wait for comfort, you might never transform. Instead, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Recognize that temporary discomfort is the feeling of growth. your nervous system upgrading to support a higher frequency. There's a practice I call identity bridging that accelerates this process. Instead of leaping from current to desired identity all at once, create intermediate identities as stepping stones. For example, if you're struggling financially but want abundance, first embody someone learning to receive abundance or becoming financially aware. This gives your nervous system time to adjust gradually. Each bridge identity has its own thoughts, feelings, behaviors. You practice these stepping stone identities until they feel natural, then move to the next. This prevents the shock that triggers self-sabotage and makes transformation feel organic and sustainable. That's where your real power lies now. Not in how hard you push or how fast you move, but in how consistently you can stay in already mine energy. Not to impress anyone or manipulate the field, but because that's your truth now. You're not looking for validation, you're becoming it. You're not performing worthiness, you're embodying it. And the universe doesn't need convincing, it simply mirrors. This is true manifestation, not forcing the world to bend to your will, but aligning your inner state so precisely that the world reflects you perfectly. Not because you're controlling matter, but because you've released resistance. You've clarified your signal. You've eliminated static between your highest self and current experience. When this happens, something unexpected emerges. Peace. Not excitement, not urgency, peace. Because you realize you're not chasing anymore. You're allowing, receiving, watching your own energy return as relationships, opportunities, insights, and grace. This peace state is a powerful manifestation accelerator most people miss. In this peaceful state, your brain waves shift into what neuroscientists call the alpha-theta bridge, 7 to 14 hertz, where conscious and subconscious minds synchronize. Here, your subconscious becomes incredibly receptive to new programming, and your conscious mind attunes to subtle quantum field signals. But peace isn't passive. It's active, allowing that requires tremendous inner strength. In a culture equating effort with results, manifesting from peace feels counterintuitive. We're conditioned to push, strive, force outcomes. But quantum manifestation operates on entirely different principles. Think of it like gardening. You plant seeds, provide right conditions, then allow nature to work. You don't dig up seeds daily to check progress. You don't force them to grow faster. You trust the process and maintain growth conditions. Manifestation works the same. You plant the energetic seed through thoughts and emotions, maintain frequency through identity and actions, then allow the quantum field to bring it to form. This allowing state is where miracles become normal. When you're not gripping outcomes tightly, not desperately controlling how and when things manifest, you create space for the universe to deliver beyond your imagination. Sometimes what shows up exceeds your original vision because you weren't limiting the field with specific expectations about how it should unfold. Here's the beautiful paradox. The less you need your manifestation, the faster it tends to arrive. Not because the universe plays games, but because neediness is a lack frequency, contradicting what you're creating. When you hold desires lightly, with appreciation, not desperation, you maintain the frequency of already having it. There's no greater shift than this. The more you return here, the more your nervous system learns it's safe to exist here. Not just visit this frequency, but live in it, Make this alignment your natural state. Not because life is perfect, but because your coherence no longer depends on external circumstances. You've merged with the field. You've learned to trust it, and it trusts you back. So breathe right now. Really breathe. Let yourself absorb this. Let it integrate, not as new information, but as remembered wisdom. Feel your energy settle into knowing you've already shifted. You're not waiting for the quantum shift. You are the quantum shift. If something in this exploration met you at exactly the right moment, if it connected a piece that's been just out of reach, then maybe this isn't just content. Maybe it's a mirror, reflecting who you're becoming, reminding you that the frequency you've been visualizing isn't theoretical, it's vibrational, and you're finally living it. If that feels true, if it resonates, then I invite you to stay connected here. Subscribe, not because you have to, but because it feels right. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a frequency. And if you found yourself breathing differently while watching this, you're already in it. We're not just consuming content here. We're practicing new realities. We're not just studying. We're remembering. And I'm grateful, so grateful you're here. Now, the deeper truth about why most people struggle with quantum manifestation, even when they understand these principles, lies in something most teachers never discuss. There's a specific observer effect that instantly shifts your reality when you master it. Check out my channel to discover exactly how it works. What shifted for you while experiencing this? Drop a comment below and let me know which part resonated most. Your insights help everyone in this quantum community level up together.